guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this get ready with me for this look, and let's do it. Let's just do it. Okay, so I'm going to get started with my face in just a moment, but I wanted to do today's irrelevant icebreaker first. So the question is going to be, if there was one thing that you want the world to know about you, what is it? Leave a comment below. Mine is that no matter who you are or how little you value yourself, I value you, which sounds really weird, but even people that I don't know or that I've only met once or that are kind of like unlovable, I love those people and I can't help it. And it's not that I think that they're more good than they are. I see people for what they are and I just love them. So if that's you and if you feel unloved today, please know that this is for you and I love you, even if you feel like maybe sometimes I'm the only one. So anyway, let me know down below what your one thing is about yourself that you want the world to know, and let's get started. So I've already kind of started going in with my skincare. This is the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Face Cream and Bobbi Brown's Hydrating Eye Cream. It's all over my face. So I'm just gonna work that in a little bit. So I'm using my Nivea Men Post Shave Balm as my primer. I keep it in my old Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation bottle, because then I can just do like 2 pumps and that's enough for my whole face. If you follow me on Snapchat, you were there with me during that aha moment. Sometimes I do my face first and then I regret it because like it turns out that the eye thing I wanted to do was like super crazy. We're just gonna live on the edge. We're gonna do the face first. So this is Makeup Forever's Ultra HD foundation, as always. I'm in the shade 115, but I've gotten like the tiniest bit of sun lately. I mean like the tiniest, like I stepped outside for 5 minutes. And I think that I'm gonna need a slightly deeper shade, which should be interesting because I don't know what shade that's gonna be. Maybe 118? I don't know. See, I just feel like it's a little bit light on me right now. You know what's not fair is the fact that people who are super pale like me, and I know there are people even more pale than me, but people who are super fair like me, like we can load up on the highlight products and they don't show up nearly as well as people with like tan or deeper skin tones. It's not fair. Like I look at people who have like even just a slight tan compared to me, or like more olivey skin or whatever, like their highlight just shows up so nicely. And I'm like, yeah, I could be highlighting for 10 minutes and not get like half of what they have. I had to switch my battery out again. Oh, I hate doing that. You would think in 2016 that you could get a battery for your camera that like lasts like a long time. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier powder. I've been really wanting to get the RCMA powder that everybody's talking about right now because it's supposed to be better for drier skin. I'm thinking maybe if RCMA is at Fame, I'll buy some then. But my Laura Mercier powder gave itself a little tracheotomy. So I kind of like opened the lid. Thank goodness when the lid's closed, it doesn't leak. So I kind of opened the lid and then like tap out whatever's like sitting right ready to jump out of that hole into the lid, and then dip my beauty blender in there. It's like such a mess. Why? Why can't they get their packaging right? Apparently this is a thing. Like I've had you guys telling me, oh, mine did that too. Come on, Laura. Okay, so I'm just going to set a few areas on my face. I'm not gonna bake my face or anything. I just don't see the need to do that on like a daily basis. And I'm going to use the combination that I've been using a lot lately, which is the LA Girl Pro Conceal and the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is in Classic Ivory and this is NW20. And I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal first to cancel out any darkness because it does have a little bit of that peach, you know, situation going on. I always put way too much with this applicator because I feel like you need some to come out, so you squeeze it. Like that is way too much. I'm telling you right now, you don't need this much, okay? And then going in with the MAC over the top. I kind of feel like this is not light enough. I don't know. I'm feeling weird about my shades of things today. And setting that area with the powder also. Okay, so I just went ahead and did my brows off camera because it takes forever. If you guys want to see how I do my brows, I actually have been linking my brow tutorial down below. Okay, I have literally no idea what I'm gonna do with my eyes. You guys do though, because you saw the thumbnail. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in Layin Low. I feel like I'm the only one who uses this, this shade. Not that it shows, because obviously you put makeup over it. Whatever. Okay, so I'm taking out my go-to palette lately, the Tartelette In Bloom palette. I love this so much. One of my really good friends is also a makeup artist, and he recommended this for me. Like, he was like, okay, there's this new palette, like back when it came out. It's like, there's this new palette and it has your name written all over it. And it was like, I don't know why he knows me so well, but it's amazing. He always knows what I want and don't want. And I was like, yep, that's mine. I need to buy it and make it mine immediately. So that's this palette, and I use it so much. It's like mostly neutrals, like I'm sure you guys have seen it a ton. It's neutrals, there's like a couple shimmers, but mostly they're matte. And it's just kind of like everything you need. Like, I love a palette, and it's so hard to find, but I love a palette that has everything you need to create a whole entire look. Like, it has a brow highlight, preferably a matte and a shimmer brow highlight, which this has. It has some transition shades here, some lid shades, some shimmers, some deeper shades. I mean, there's everything in here. Of course, they're all neutrals, but you know, that's really easy to create a whole bunch of looks out of. So I love when a palette has that. You can tell it's like, there's a lot of thought put into an arrangement when it's got everything. How long have I not been in focus? And then I'm gonna take, oops. So that was this one, which is Sweetheart, and then I'm gonna go with Rebel here and put that kind of like right above the crease, actually. Try to make my lid look a little bit bigger. I don't have a lot of lid space, so sometimes I like to do little things that'll make my lid area look bigger if I want that area to kind of pop a little bit. And then blending that out with the original shade that we use, just to make everything soft. So I do kind of want my lid to pop a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it matte, at least for right now. So I'm gonna use this shade, which is called Flower Child. And I'm using a MAC brush. I've been like slowly migrating back towards MAC brushes, but only certain ones, because I love a lot of the Morphe ones. Sigma has a few good ones, although I'm not buying Sigma anymore. But just, you know, ones that I've had for a while. And Morphe, of course, like, they do great brushes, but some of them, I feel like, especially for detail work, like these smaller MAC ones are awesome. And they're pretty good quality too, you know, MAC does a good job. Sometimes they shed, but that's life. Next, I'm gonna use this liner. It is by LA Girl, and it is one of their Glide Gel Liner pencils, and I meant to sharpen this, but I didn't, and now my sharpener is at home and I'm not at home, so we're just gonna have to do this with a dull pencil, which is gonna be, you know, adventurous. Ouch. This is hard to do on camera, guys. It's hard. Okay, so I just did my waterline, but I kind of let it not be right only on the waterline. Like, I let it kind of seep down a little bit into like where my lash line is, just to make it really nice and dark. So I'm gonna do things a little bit backwards from what I normally do. Normally I would put like the shade that I want underneath my lash line first, and then like another like blending shade. Sorry, my card was full. So anyway, I was just saying I'm gonna do the blending shade first and then put a lash line shade on. I don't know why, but that's just what I wanna do. Okay, this one on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to kind of just dust that on. And I like to bring that black down a little bit, so I like to make it look a little bit smudgy where we put that black. Sometimes it's easier to kind of close your eye a little bit. So I took the darkness underneath kind of up a little bit. See how I kind of followed the line of my lash line and just like flicked it up. So I'm gonna follow that. I'm gonna follow that with my liner. I'm using this MAC 208 brush and this Mika Beauty gel liner, which I love. Okay, so the liner is done. I find it extremely hard to do my liner on camera just because I'm like trying to see in my mirror and look up so you can see, and it's like I haven't figured it out. I don't know how people do it. So anyway, that is the liner finished, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of shimmer on the bottom lash line. Okay, so I'm gonna take this shimmery shade here. It's called Firecracker, and I'm using kind of a short, smudgy type brush. And I'm gonna take this brush. It is also by MAC. Can you see? There we go. It is a 228. And then I'm gonna use this shade here. It's called Funny Girl. And it's just a pretty shimmery, like kind of champagne tone. Okay, so I have put my glue on my lashes that I'm gonna wear. And while I let that dry, I'm gonna take my Girlactik bronzer in Cabo, and I'm just going to bronze up my face a little bit so I'm not so ghostly. Okay, so I got one lash on. The other one is now drying. So I'm gonna do my blush. This is BECCA's blush in Flower Child, right? Yeah. And I'm just going to apply that kind of on the lower half of my cheeks, so that my blush is kind of like lifting my cheek rather than like right on the apples. Just a different style of blush placement. Okay, and then for highlight, I am first going to apply this Jouer cream highlighter, and the shade is called Tiare. I don't know if you can see it, the thing is so tiny. There we go. And I just take that on the kind of butt of my beauty blender and just, you know, beauty blend away. I really like this because it's a nice cream like base for your highlighter, or you can just use it as like your whole highlighter depending on, you know, how much time you have or the look that you're going for. It's really nice and shimmery and bright. Like I was saying though, like on me, because I'm so pale, it's hard to see any highlight. Bummer, dude. Okay, got my other lash on. Now I'm gonna take this Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold highlighter, and I'm gonna go over the top of the highlighter that I already put on with that guy. This is gonna be a very highlighty day. Okay, and then for my lip color, I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer and conceal my lip line. I need to talk, so you need to go. Then I'm taking this liner by Bella Pierre Cosmetics, and I think this was from BoxyCharm like a few months ago. The shade is Cinnamon, and I'm just gonna line my lips with that guy. And finishing up with Girlactik's lip paint in Allure. And that is it for this kind of neutral, kind of fun, everyday makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to have you subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.